Honda and valve stem seals, and what should you know before you buy them if you do a valve job or a valve stem seal job? Well, there are two different ways. First one, I believe it's the good one, is going by the service manual. They say there are two different sizes for different for intake and different for the exhaust. The other way is going by, let's say, maybe better deals online or wherever, and buy a set where one size fits all. I don't want to say they wouldn't work, but let's compare those two ways. So I just bought SKP brand from Rogue Auto, which is American manufacturer, and they say they use a premium rubber for this auto part. And the other one is valve stem seals from Napa. This is the exhaust and the intake. Those two are also color coded. SKP is not. SKP is one size fits all. So basically, whatever you see is meant for the intake, and the exhaust doesn't matter. And those two special ones, or those two made for Honda, are color coded as well. So without any doubt, you can see that this one has a black spring. So it's basically the exhaust, and the other one has the spring in bright or white color. So that's for the intake, and you shouldn't interchange them. So why is that? Because Honda makes those intake valves and the exhaust valves in different sizes, so the valve itself has a different size. Let's measure the valve stems itself, the inner diameter of the valve stem. So I don't want to measure it the normal way, like put it in and slide it out, because I can push the rubber too much. So I just set it for like 5 mil size, and I try to slide it into the hole and feel the resistance or the drag, which I believe I just set it right. So this is a 5 mil inner diameter. Let's see what happens when I try to fit the 5 mil into the exhaust. Now I'm pushing the rubber too much. So I adjust the tool, let's say to 4.5. Let's see what happens. I think I just got it right. This is without any wiggling or pushing rubber too much, the exact size. So it's 4.5 mil, which is a 0.5 mil difference compared to SKP. And now the intake. I can feel a little wiggle here, so I adjust it a little bit bigger. 4.6. Yeah, and now I feel almost the same resistance. So according to these measurements, there is slight difference between the exhaust and the intake. Also between the exhaust valve stem and the intake valve stem. So the 0.1 mil difference is the same, where the SKP is one size fits all, and it's 5 mil. It's still smaller than the valve stem itself, but it's like 0.5 mil bigger than the other brand made for Honda itself. So, and now if you don't have a measure tool, then you can use another way. I have a tool which I use, or the set of tools I use for installing valve stem seals, and this tool has diameter of 5.5 mil, which is close, very close to the valves. So I try to put every single valve stem on it and try to feel the resistance or drag. So it has a drag, it has a resistance, it doesn't move really freely. So this should seal. The exhaust of the Napa brand, it has more resistance. I can feel like there is like a day and night. So basically, obviously, if it's a 0.5 mil smaller on a rod, which is like a 5.5 mil, that you can feel the difference between those two. And now the intake also almost same like the exhaust. So basically, according to those measurements, I highly recommend to go by a service manual, which says you should go for different valves and seals for your intake valves and the exhaust valves. They will sit tighter on the valve, they will seal better, they will swipe the oil better, and I believe they can last longer, and your engine will burn way less oil than with the valve stem seals one size fits all. I hope this video helps, and you will make the right decision. And whatever brand I presented in this video, that doesn't matter. What matters most is to use the proper auto parts for your engine or whatever it is. And I believe we should stick with the service manual, which is different size intake, different size exhaust. Okay, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video.